welcome to Profiletraders. This is Reza and you're listening to my market analysis for October the 6th. The viciousness and the very aggressive nature of the market continues. And yesterday I said if we come this morning and we see that price would not be exited out of yesterday high, the initial move of the market will be to the downside. Sure enough, after everybody sold from the push to the downside, they reversed it up enough to clean every stop that was at 1980, only to position themselves, and then from that point on market went down to the very low of the day. So we have to understand a little bit what is going on here and why we are getting such a nasty market action. Down here we started to see a lot of sign of trouble. Obviously we had the Chinese issue, we had the European issue, we had our own issues, and it got to a point where all of a sudden people started to see that the troubles that we have under no circumstance can justify a rate hike. Therefore, rumor came in that there will be no more rate hikes, not this year and probably not next year as well, because the signs that we are seeing in the economy are worsening, and the economy is not growing or improving but is starting to retract. So now market is divided between two groups. Group number one, like the icons and the PIMCO guy, etc., that are all concerned that because of the fact that market is at such levels and that now we are entering into a cycle of economic slowdown, and because of this long zero interest rate policy period, we have created a bubble, and this big drop was the first early sign of trouble. And now this is nothing but a consolidation in order to break down and continue down much more aggressively. So that group is seller. Then you have the other group, which I call the cheap prostitutes of Tijuana, that runs faster than a rabbit can run towards a rich drug dealer when they see him with the money. That group is the group that only trades on what will happen to interest rates. And if there is the slightest hint that easy money is going to continue and that all the billions of saving that cannot go under saving accounts because the Fed is not allowing them to earn any interest, they believe that all the money will be forced to come into the market. And if all that money is forced to come into the market because rates have no more a chance to go up, then they buy. For them, everything is finished. All the troubles are behind us. The fear of a rate hike is gone. Now it's time to load up the boat and take this market to record high again. So the two groups fighting each other makes this market very aggressive. And how do you know that it's very aggressive? Because all you need to do is to see when you drop how aggressively you retrace back up and how deep you retrace back. For example, from this low here to this high here. 1, 2, 3, 4 days we had 100 points up, and within this 100 points up we did not have a single correction that exceeded 10 points. Everything was correcting lower than 10 points. And of course anybody that would have shorted in areas of resistance on the way up got cleaned, because it didn't stop anywhere and it almost retraced entirely this move. Now we are also going into the earnings season, and as I said, even from the beginning of end of last week, I said that when it gets to the earnings season, all the gambling money pours in. Everybody wants to be involved in the gamble of Amazon earning. Everybody want to be involved into the gamble of Apple's earning, and that flow comes in as well. And then after earnings, which I believe will not be good, then they have to make up their mind. Will the force of a negative outlook moving forward be what will exercise influence on the market moving forward, or are they going to completely ignore that and continue the gamble on the fact that rates are nowhere to be hiked in the near term nor the medium term? That needs to be seen. In any case, we are now in a very defined channel, and obviously support comes in close to the channel bottom, resistance near the channel top, and as long as we remain in this middle, it is going to be, I guess, a very, very aggressive, nasty battle. For now, in the very short term, resistance 1 is at 72.5. If we pass that, we should have no problem to go tackle 1980. And if we manage to exit out of 1980, there is a POC up there at 1986 and change. On the way down, we have really no support except 1948.25. So if it starts to come down, because we have moved up 100 points, I would definitely buy it on deeper retracements. So 1948.25 is one support, 1942.25 is another support. So let's see now what we will do by tomorrow in relationship to this 72.25. If we cannot get close to it or remains under it without challenging it, then probably we should see continuation down tomorrow. As for CL, you were very, very clearly warned that once we were going to clear 47.15, this thing was going to be on a breakup mode and a trend, and a break out of that daily triangle that I showed you was going to happen. And I said that price was probably going to go towards 49 and then 50. So far today we have reached 49 and it has stopped and it is coming down. But nobody can argue that this break out of this consolidation is extraordinarily bullish. It has all the characteristics of a wonderful and a successful break, and therefore if we are going to copycat this last leg up on the way up from here, we have an upside objective of about 55. And if we come down here, 47.78 or 47.75 is support number 1, which it should hold. If we do not hold this level, then the challenge to the downside will be first to 47.15, and if we reject back into the area from where we had the previous break up, then it could be a trap and the downfall should be aggressive. 46.30 will be the first target below 47.15. Gold also, yesterday I told you that it was doing a very bullish formation here, and it was ready for a break. We did break. We had 3 POCs that were given to you last night as targets. 2 of them were met, and the other one up there is at 1153.2. Now the game is very clear, the game is very simple. Any pullbacks against 29.5 is a buy until we start to see significant sign of weakness in terms of a rush selling to the downside, which we have not seen yet. So now minor support 43, major support 29.5, upside target 1153.5, and then past that 1156.8 to 1160. So this was Reza. Thank you for listening. I'll talk to you tomorrow.